What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Haley if you guys are new, and if you are a returning subscriber, I'm so glad you guys are back for another video. I am so stoked to be sharing this with you. I have been kind of compiling a list, a formula, a very micromanaged way of getting organized and being productive during the day, and I'm finally ready to share it with you guys. I would say it's gonna break the internet, but we kind of need the internet, so it's gonna do big things for your productivity. So these are 10 tips for you guys to boost your productivity and stop procrastinating. But before we get into the video, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications so you never miss a video. I do wellness tips, productivity, organization, fitness, the whole 9 yards. I'm a certified holistic health coach and sports nutrition coach, and I love to just encourage you guys to be your best selves through my content. I'd also love to have you guys over on Instagram where I post workouts, recipes, and other daily tips and tricks. And without that, let's get into the video. The first thing that you need to do is to really just get organized. And I know you're probably thinking, that's why I clicked on this video, Haley. I need to get organized. I'm going to give you guys a couple steps to get there. First of all, brain dump. It's one of my favorite things to do. I have tons of them. Well, like, I just make lists, okay? You don't really need to think about it. You just start writing things down. Don't worry about organization. Just everything in your mind that you need to do, that, you know, that has been lingering, put it on this list. We can organize it later. Also, your space really is a direct reflection of your mind. So if you have a cluttered space, you probably have a lot of things going on up there. So do your best to kind of declutter your space, especially your workspace, and make it a really peaceful, calming, organized place for you to do your work. The second tip is to get a planner. If you guys don't know how planner obsessed I am by now, you have clearly not been here very long. I have planners for everything, and I figured out the trick, the number one trick for using multiple planners. It took me a while. It took me like 5 years, but I finally figured it out that there is a way to do it and have it work. I would have multiple planners, and then I would forget about one for a little bit, and then I would come back to it, or I was looking at too much at one time, and it became not productive. It was overwhelming trying to keep up with it. We're gonna fix that today. And that leads me to my third tip, which is Google Calendar. Think of Google Calendar as the mother, okay? The mother of the calendars. The way that productivity works is someone has to be in charge. So Google is like the master calendar, right? It is going to dictate what all of the other calendars do. And if it's out of sync, all the other ones are going to be out of sync. And the reason that I say that is because Google Calendar allows you to time batch or time block, give specific tasks, specific times with beginnings and set ends, and you don't break that. Now, you do have to be accountable and disciplined to make sure that you stick to that, but we'll get into that in a minute. But what I'm trying to say is that let's say you have a planner for work and a planner for home, and your hair appointment overlaps when you're supposed to be doing something for work. You should have had Google Calendar tell you when you were doing both of those things, so that way you didn't schedule it. Besides staying organized with having Google Calendar, it also helps me make less decisions. The more decisions you have to make throughout the day, like the less automated you are, the more likely you are to either procrastinate, be paralyzed by the decision, or make a poor decision because you just get overwhelmed. So when you're waking up every day and what do I need to do? Google Calendar is already like, I got you. I know exactly what you're doing today. It's this feeling ever. I've been so much more productive, and it's not even that I get that much more done. I get things done well because I'm focused, and I'm gonna share some tips about that. The other thing that you do with the Google Calendar is you set alarms on your phone. So let's say that your Monday looks like this. You're gonna wake up, you're gonna work out from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock in the morning. So it's 7 o'clock, you should be having, or maybe even like 5 minutes before so you can get changed. You could set a time batch for the actual like getting ready to work out too. Like every day could be micromanaged if you really wanted it to. I like the specifics. So you're gonna have an alarm go off telling you to work out. It's just like one more thing that kind of jolts your mind into getting into that task, because it's really easy to overlook things too. Even though it's on your planner, it doesn't mean you're gonna do it. Like, you need to be told, something needs to happen for you to like actually do it. It's also a great tool when you're trying to tackle a big project, because you can kind of just schedule step by step, like break something down. Like, let's say that you wanted to write a book, you just wanted to write 10 pages a day. It would allow you to put that into your calendar to make sure that it gets done. Because if you're looking at it from a whole, like, oh, I want to write a book, but it's overwhelming, blah, 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 you need to look at it like, okay, 10 pages a day is going in this 30-minute time slot or wherever. So having the Google Calendar literally fill out all of your days so that way you know what you're doing allows you to take that information and put those tasks into the right planners, so that way everything lines up and is organized and looks amazing. If you guys want to see my Google Calendar process, let me know down below, because I'm color coordinated. I've got everyone has their own, thing, and it's pretty beautiful, I must say.
Now, before you go getting a little bit overwhelmed with having things online or organizing a calendar online because it can be so overwhelming, I wanted to share with you guys Dashlane. It is seriously a life changer. It totally has changed the way that I use the internet and stay organized. So not only is it faster and better and a safer, efficient internet experience, but it helps me keep everything organized, from my passwords to my important documents to things that I might not need very frequently, but when I do, it's like I want it in one spot. You know what I mean? Like your car insurance or travel itineraries, tickets for an event you're going to in like 6 months. Dashlane is the perfect spot for you to keep everything super streamlined. It's also available on mobile, which makes it so easy to use on the go, which I love. So it's great for traveling. You can have all of your important information, backups of like your passport, IDs, driver's license, all of that in one spot. I know I'm not the only one who shops online pretty extensively, but what's great is not only does Dashlane remember all of your passwords and checkout information with autofill for like your address, your credit card information, all of that, but it also has its own VPN. So it keeps your internet activity private, really safe. So you don't have to worry about black market, like hackers, spam, none of that. Dashlane makes it so that you're super secure. One of the great benefits to using Dashlane is that the autofill makes it super easy to have multiple people use this as well. So for example, when I need to pay utility bills, let's say I'm not home or something and Kyle and Josh want to do that, they can go right onto the computer and the autofill will automatically put in our information, so that way we can pay all of our bills on time. It's also super helpful for accounts that we share, like for Instacart or any type of like grocery shopping, things that we use really frequently. Dashlane makes it really easy to always have account information ready to go. It's also great because we can do all of this on the go with the Dashlane mobile app. I have Josh and Kyle on there as well, and I can easily share passwords and information with them. And remember, it's not just for passwords. It could be if we're going traveling and I have itinerary or plane tickets, special notes or important documents that I might need them to have, like banking information, things like that. It can all go on the mobile app as well. Trust me, you guys are going to want to try Dashlane. So I have a link down below for you guys. Check the description box. You will get a premium account for 30 days for free. It's awesome. So check the description box. You will also get a 10% off Dashlane Premium. So that way, when you are ready to commit, you guys can save a little extra money. However, there's no need to purchase the premium. You can totally keep using the free version. There's tons of cool features on there as well. It's totally up to you. You guys know how much I love your support on my channel, and whenever you partake in these or click on these links, it also helps my channel. So I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for always being so supportive.
The fourth tip is to always take good notes. And I mean, if you're in a job meeting, if you are on the phone with someone, or if you're a student, taking good notes can be a productivity, like, I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner. For example, I work for a company called Weatherspoon. I do all the photography, recipe development, some creativity stuff, or creative direction. And we get, we have phone calls, we have emails, and if I see certain things that are like, oh, we need to make sure that the color scheme looks like this, but don't shoot this product and do this. If I just read the email and don't actually write down the details in a way that I will see it and be like, okay, this is the layout and the brief for what needs to happen, info gets lost. And it's easy to overlook things and make mistakes, meaning that you're gonna waste time because you're gonna have to redo it, or you're trying to figure out exactly what you're doing. Take good notes, it will save you so much time. Schedule your workouts, okay? If you're just gonna say, I'm gonna work out today, that's great. That's awesome, but like when? I put in my calendar 7 a.m. cardio, or I'll say 3 p.m. lift. It has to have a date, even or a specific time. My walking, if I'm gonna walk at like 10 a.m. or if I'm gonna walk at 5 p.m., they're in my calendar as a task. You need to pencil it in, because that way you don't put other things there. And sweating is so good for your endorphins and gives you good energy, so you're gonna be more like vivacious doing your work. Trust me, it's a productivity tip. The sixth tip is the Ivy Lee method. Now, I have kind of incorporated this because of Lauren Everts from Skinny Confidential. She does it a different way, and I kind of adapted it from her. She does 6 items for personal and for work. So I just take a little piece of scratch paper and I write down 6 things in order that need to get done for work and personal life. Those are the priorities for the day. Nothing else goes before them. I will work on those tasks until they are complete. I will set an alarm on my phone. I will put it on airplane mode. I won't be distracted. I won't look at my Instagram or my emails, especially emails. That is like a time sucker. And I will do that task until it is 110,000,000,000% done. It's amazing. But you do need to stay accountable to say that you're going to only do these things. And it might take a little bit of time, but once you get in that system and that groove of doing the most important thing first till it's done, you'll never go back. Another thing to help you with that early morning, what am I doing today thing, is to do the Ivy Lee method before you go to bed at the end of the day. So like think about it at night or when you wake up in the morning, it's already done for you. The 7th tip is seeing your goals and visualizing things. I've done 2 vision board videos. I'll link them below. I have another one coming out for you guys for this year that's a little bit more theme and aesthetically pleasing. I think you guys are going to love it. But seeing your goals every single day is so important because then they go to the back burner if you don't, and it's just kind of something that you were like, what did I say I wanted to do? You know, it doesn't really stick. You know, I've got like boards all over my house for calendars, for vision boards, putting up inspirational pictures. For May Movement, we had these poster boards with all of the different things on it that we wanted to utilize in our logos, in our website, in the mission statement, and just having that in our visual every day of knowing what our branding was really helpful. And the same thing goes for your goals. If you want to have a new house, if you want to, you know, get this job or whatever it is, if your daily tasks don't do something to kind of move the needle towards getting you to where you want to be with your goals, then you're not going to get there. So you need to make sure that doing your daily tasks to get to your goals is somewhere there, and having vision boards and things in front of you to remind you is very important. Number 8 is to fill your cup first thing in the morning. I know not everyone has the availability to have 30 minutes to themselves, but even if it's 5 minutes of setting your intention, saying some positive affirmations, saying a prayer, like whatever it is that's going to be focusing on setting yourself up for success for that day is so important. I'm going to be sharing a new morning routine with you guys, and I have some good tips for people who have really busy schedules and don't have time to do the whole thing. You know what I mean? Like I said, not everyone has an hour to like sit and do reading and journaling, but I have some things that you guys can do, like listening to podcasts and audiobooks on your commute, or, you know, making sure that you have a really fun like breakfast or lunch pre-prepared, so that way it kind of makes your morning fun knowing that you get to have that. Anything you can do to automate your system too is always going to be really great for productivity. The 9th tip is to give yourself daily deadlines to turn off. I know it's really tempting to want to work all night, you know, not have boundaries there, like checking your email first thing in the morning, but I think it's great to give yourself really clear start and end dates for your work, so that way you can unwind and recharge, and it's just better for your overall self-care. The 10th tip is something that I had to learn the hard way because I didn't really realize I was doing this until someone actually told me. So when you have a set plan for your day with all your to-do lists, and then someone comes in and interrupts that and says, hey, I need you to do this and this, or hey, can you blah, 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 and you react and you forget about what you really needed to do to move your needle, and you're moving other people's needles. I get sometimes that is a necessity depending on your job, but then other times it's really just things that like could be put off for a little bit until you get your stuff done, or you can kindly say, no problem, I'll get to that, you know, I'll let you know when I can get to that, or whatever it is, be polite about it. But, you know, trying to be reactive is not proactive. Just remember that being proactive is being productive, and to move your needle first, handle your 6 first and get the text messages later or the emails later. That was my video on productivity and how to stop procrastinating. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and tell me what kind of videos you guys want to see next. As always, I hope you guys are doing well, and I will see you in the next video.